Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
Bless your pain, sister, brother. Bless your pain. That's hard to say, actually. Bless your pain. There we go. Let me enunciate that clearly. Bless your pain. Oh my God, Karen, you've gone off your rocker. What do you mean, bless my pain? I don't want the pain. I don't want to feel this stuff. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel hurt. I don't want to feel lonely. I don't want to feel any of this stuff. I don't want to feel shame. Like, bless it? No, I want to push it away. And that is exactly why it's still staying with you right now. Bless it. Here's what I've come to know is true for me, and I observe this in my clients as well. The pain that you've experienced, that you are experiencing right now, or that you may experience in the future, it all is serving you right now. Now listen, stay with me. If you're in a place of like real pain, real like my life is shit right now, I'm in a very dark place, this will not be something that's easy for you to hear because you can't see out of it, right? When you're in the dark, you cannot see the light. When you're in that place where it just kind of feels hopeless and you just feel so beaten down, when someone says, you know, this too shall pass, like there will be an end to this, you're going like, yeah, right, because I'm not feeling that. When's that going to happen? That'd be great. Can I put that in my calendar? Like, can you promise me that one? Because you're in such a deep, dark, shitty place, and I get that. I hear you. I see you in that place. And bless your pain. Bless your pain. What we resist really does persist. It really, really does. It's here to show you something. Now, it might not be what it's here to show you. So sometimes when we're in that really dark space, and ego, which is that part of ourselves that we created, that kind of false sense. Ego is that place of you, by the way, that's telling you to play small, that's saying, don't trust people, that's saying, everybody's out to get you, that you're all alone. It's the story of separation, that everybody has that part inside of them. And so we've had experiences in our life, most likely something that happened to us when we were young, growing up as children, and it changed us, or experiences that changed us and said, see, here's who I need to become in order to protect myself from the pain, from the hurt, from the trauma, from the wounds that I've instilled, and I'm going to be this person. And that is ego. That is the one that's saying, play small. Don't do this. It's safe. Don't take any risks. Hold back. You are all alone and nobody understands you. Now, that piece of me now again, you need to have these pieces, by the way. It isn't about, Eckhart Tolle talks about like dissolution of ego, right? He talks about how he has no ego, and I fully believe that, but my belief is, and when I've kind of studied this more, and what feels good for me is that we still need to have that little piece. We just can't have ego running the show, right? And so there needs to be that. If I'm in a dark alley and somebody comes up, like, you better believe that I'm like, oh no, you didn't, is going to show up. Like, she needs to be there at certain times in my life, but it's not with her playing a featured role at all. No leading lady role for ego here at all. And you bless your pain. Because inside of this is meaning. Inside of this is a piece of you that feels victim. That's again that place of ego and blame and shame, and you feel guilty and badly, and you're replaying this in your head, and you're completely living in the past, which, by the way, ego loves past and future. Don't ever be present. This is not where ego exists in the present moment. This is why being present is so important. It is where everything is created. Your future is created in the present moment. I know you've heard that possibly before, but I want you to just sink your teeth and just let that one marinate in. Your future is created in the present moment. By you being present, the future unfolds. By you being present, you're able to feel the intuition inside of you. By you being present, you can hear the inspiration that comes to you of what to do, and you're being guided in ways where you don't have to carry this all by yourself. That inner knowing. You can also refer to it as God, Source, the divine, angels, guides. They're all a piece of it, part of it. It's just all different titles, different labels for really the same thing. Bless your pain. The pain that you're experiencing now, or have gone through in the past, or will go through in the future, is showing you things. And again, it's not what you think. It's not saying, yep, here's what it's showing me. Don't trust that person. Don't trust anybody. Don't open my heart again because it'll just get hurt. Like, don't do that stuff. Don't try because the last time you tried, you fell on your ass. Like, no. That's all the voice of ego. Again, anything that asks you to play small, which, by the way, ego is also synonymous with fear. That's the same thing. It's that fear state. What the experience of pain is teaching us things like this. I need to show you how strong that you are. I need to have you completely break wide open so you can actually see the light within yourself. We got to crack you open like an egg for you to see the power within yourself, because you cannot see it right now. And so we're delivering this experience to you right now, and I know it hurts and it sucks. And you will move through this, and you will get through this, and you are so much stronger than you think. And you don't even know the power, the possibility that's inside of you. And so we need to create this experience of pain in your life right now. Physical pain, emotional pain, hurt, rage, anger, shame. We need to create this for you right now so you can really see the goodness, the purity, the love that is inside of you. We need to pull the rug out from under you for you to wake up one day and say, I don't know anything anymore. As if you were like transported onto earth as this new creature, and all the rules are different and nothing makes sense anymore. That was the experience of my midlife thing like a year and a half ago. / breakdown / spiritual breakthrough. Like, what the fuck is going on? And the more that I've really learned about this and studied this and been coached about this, is like, this is an awakening that is all there for all of us inside of pain. Now, can it also come in joyful moments? Joyful moments? God, something's happening with my enunciation today. I don't know what it is. Yes, it can come in the joy. Yes, it can come in gratitude. Again, my personal experience, my personal belief is that some of the deepest lessons come within the biggest amounts of pain. You know, it's like the biggest extremes. When we were in practice as chiropractors for 14 years, my husband and I had a practice in St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. And what we would often experience is that patients that had the most physical pain would have the greatest transformation. Now, you might go, well, of course, it's such a contrast, right? From like not being able to like walk or hardly walk and be so debilitated and, you know, have so much pain that you're not showing up as mother or father. You can't show up physically in your life. You don't sleep well. And to have it where your body heals, like, of course, there'll be such a big shift in that, right? Makes sense. But the way that we saw it was actually quite different. And the way that we saw it, and the way that I really heard that, was that pain is like fuel for transformation. Your pain, we would tell our patients, is often fuel for your healing. Like, it sounds so bizarre, but it's the medicine. Your pain right now you're experiencing in your life, or that you have experienced. And listen, the pain that you have experienced and you're now out the other side of this, you can look back, right? We can all look back and go, oh, I get it, right? I can look back on 7.5 years that we struggled with infertility until we finally became parents through adoption. We adopted both our boys, Tyson and Kai, 9 and 6 years ago. And go, oh, I got it. I was to go through all that so I could experience loss at such a deep level at that point, my loss. I went through all of that because I'm here to be Tyson and Kai's mommy. Like we can look back in retrospect, right? It's easy. It's like, it's like people comment on stuff and they go, oh, well, you shouldn't this, shouldn't that. That's like, especially when you comment about somebody else's stuff, that's like, I don't know. In my mind, I keep thinking of that's like, saying stuff from the cheap seats. Like, it's easy to see, right? After the thought. But can you, within those moments, trust it and say, I bless this pain that I'm in right now? Even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't, that you just hold on to that little piece of faith. By the way, that can be big F or little f with fake. Did not meant to say fake. Faith. I don't know what's happening with my mouth today. Oh my gosh. I need to do maybe like those exercises that, singers will do as they warm up their voice. Maybe that's it. Yes, it can be little f or big F with faith. And the reason why I say that is because some of you might be getting your panties in a bunch when I say faith, because you equate it to God, you equate it to religion, then you go, right? Because that was me. So I understand that and I respect and I honor that. So just faith. Like you have faith to say, it's like another way of saying I trust. I have trust. I need to let this go, because the more that I try to control this, the less control I actually realize that I have, the more pain that I put myself in. Pain is something that is a part of the human experience. Suffering is something that is not. Suffering is a choice that we make from the pain. Suffering is the way that we put a frame on something. It's the way that we choose to see something. And then we suffer as a consequence, right? Suffering comes in forms like this. This shouldn't be happening to me. Why is this happening? I've done all of this. Why is this person saying or doing this? Life isn't fair, right? That's like suffering. No judgment. We've all been there. I'm still there some days. Like, this fucking sucks. It's not okay. It's not fair. And then I take a step back and I go, right, okay. Hi, ego. Yeah, I got your input. Thank you for that. Now we're gonna take the high road now, right? I see you, I love you, I bless you. I bless you. And by the way, if the word bless is not good for you, replace the word love. Love your pain. Love it. It is here to show you your strength. It is here again for you to crack wide open and see the light inside of you. It's for you to see your beauty. It's for you to really fall in love with yourself. To love yourself fully. To love yourself the way that you love your children. To love yourself the way that you love your spouse, your significant other, your partner in your life. To love yourself the way that you maybe love your mother or your father. Love yourself. It is time. And when we take a look at these painful times and say thank you, I know there is some bigger reason for all this right now, and I don't have to see it right now. Think of it like this. When you drive in a car each day, right? Most of us drive our vehicles each day. We have this trusting that everybody's going to kind of follow the rules of the road, right? Now, you know what happens after you've had a car accident, again, most of us experiences a car accident, is we kind of lose that sense of trust. We get a little bit knocked off of our center, right? And we're a little bit more like gripping the wheel a little bit tightly, and a little bit more cautious. Maybe we feel tension in our body when we drive our vehicle. Like I can remember, gosh, this is maybe 19 years ago, 20 years ago, that I rear-ended a car. And it was that feeling of like you put on the brakes and the car's like, I'm going to hit the car. It was just inevitable, right? I hit the car in front. And I remember at least probably 2-3 months after that, the stopping distance I would give between me and the car in front of me was huge, because I had this feeling, right? And then as I kind of like let go and I got past that experience, I kind of got back to the place of trust again. And so you might be in a place where you're gripping the wheel right now, the wheel, which is your life, the wheel, which is you're trying to direct and control the ship. And I'm not saying to just like completely blindly trust, like, again, trust the process of what you're in. If you've got this controlling piece right now, and it's something that's fresh and new that's happened to you, that you're going through, like, it's okay if you're feeling a little bit like you got to protect yourself right now. But there's going to come a point where you just go, I need to trust now. I just need to. So just like we all don't like grip the wheel, at least most of us when we're driving our vehicles, right? Because we trust that that person's going to know about the 4-way stop and who goes next. We know what green means. We know what red means. We know how to merge. We know how to look for, stuff around us. Like, we trust the car behind us is going to brake in time. Like, all of this stuff, right? All of it. We trust. We let go. We don't try to control everybody else that's around us. We just know we're just in control of ourselves, right? We're just in control of our vehicle. It's how we choose to show up. The same way, too, that someone could cut you off in traffic or kind of road rage on you, and you could go, "Rah," and get all riled up. Or you could be like, I bless you, man, that person must be having a rough day today. I still remember, I talked about this in a podcast a while back, probably a year or so ago, of I was turning left to go towards the community center where a lot of my kids have like lessons. And I don't know, I must have done something. I don't even know what was done, but the person that was now, is I'm turning left, and they're kind of on my left as I'm turning into that street. So they would have been turning left, I guess, where they were. I don't know. This is a convoluted trying to like describe I gotta like map it out for you. But whatever I did, I guess, I don't know. Maybe it was advanced green. I thought it was, and it wasn't. I don't know. Whatever the thing was. And I turned and I looked over and I happened to see the person, I think it wasn't even the driver, it was like someone in the passenger seat. And they were like, yeah, I couldn't, the windows are closed, right? I couldn't hear what was going on, but I could see that person's face. And she was yelling at me or like just anger, right? And, I had a choice in that moment. Now listen, I am not planning to profess that I'm at some spiritual level where I bless everybody. No, I lose my shit sometimes too. Okay, we all do. It's called being a human being, right? For me, my experience has just been, I get a little bit better at it. I'm able to put more of a pause in there versus boom reaction, right? Something else I'll work very hard to teach my kids about that. And I can see that look on her face, and she's just like irate, like rah, like her face is all contorted up and stuff. And as opposed to having a reaction on that day, in that moment, I remember looking at her and just having a flash thing of, oh my goodness. And by the way, no passive aggressive, no sarcasm, just like that person is in pain, right? Like, man, for them to get that upset over something, there was nothing, again, I have no idea what I did in that moment. I know no other cars reacting around me. I don't know. It's not something I lose sleep about and I think about. But there was something about it that I did or whatever that really upset that person. And she was just so out of control. And I know what that feels like to be out of control. And so in that instant, I had compassion for that person. I was able to kind of see. I also trust when I take a look at it and reflect on it right now as I share the story, as I reflect that I also trust that maybe she doesn't really need to release that rage or that pain, right? Like, just trust it all. Bless your pain. The suffering happens when we try to resist it. The suffering happens when we do the spiritual bypassing, right? Where we don't actually feel our feelings. We don't let them move through our body. But we like stop it, right? And we create tension in our body. We go, no, I'm fine. I still remember my mom. I love my mom. But I still remember a lot of times growing up as a kid, seeing her face, and she would have... There would be like a rage underneath of it, right? But a forced smile. Do you know what I mean? Like, just like, it's fine. And it's like thinking, I'm super confused because your face doesn't show fine right now, Mom. Like, and I can look back on that. At the time, I was like, oh my God, like, eye rolling being a teenager. I can look back now and go, man, my mom had a really hard time expressing negative emotions. Like, she would try to bottle them down. Like an animal trying to get out of its cage. And it's like, it just doesn't work that way. You need to let them flow. You need to feel them. You need to bless the pain and know that it is leading you somewhere, to something, to someone, to an experiment. This is such a funny episode today. What am I saying? When people will misspeak words, and they don't really quite understand the meaning, and they'll say words, you're like, what? There was a Saturday Live skit about that years ago. I remember it was just, yeah. I feel like I'm being that today. But simply bless your pain is showing you and what you're made of and what you're capable of. It's teaching you resilience. It's teaching you surrender. It's teaching you that you don't need to carry that burden all by yourself anymore. You can connect into the universe, to source, which is like, just put me in the game. Come on, we're here to play together. We're here to create together. You don't have to hog the ball the whole time. Like, let me in. Let me play with you. We got this. We're a team. And you can let go of that and you can bless your pain. So here's your more tip for today. if you're currently going through something really painful in your life right now, this could be, again, emotional, it could be physical. Most of it's going to be emotional. It's always emotional. Either something you're going through right now or something you've gone through in the past. Okay? And I want you to journal about it. And at the top of your journal, top of the page, you're going to write, I bless my pain because. And simply write. Simply see what comes through. So I bless the pain either that you have experienced, that you can kind of look back on. Because you know what? There may be painful things that you're through the other side, but you're still like, you're still holding on to pieces, right? And your pain is showing you that we got to clear this more. We got to move this. Like, please, it's not all, like, we're not done. Or it could be the pain that you're currently in for you to perhaps see and just see what comes up. Don't censor it. Don't edit it. If you're like, oh, all it's coming out is rage, okay, trust that too. Just write. Allow it to come out of you. And there is something very powerful about pen to paper, letting it flow through your soul, your heart, your consciousness through that pen and onto the paper for you to see. That is cathartic, that is healing, that is powerful, that will allow you to get it out of your head, okay, and in front of you where you can now see it. There's no judgment about it. There's no I shouldn't, this is okay, this is not okay, this is good, this is bad. Just let all that stuff go and just trust whatever needs to come out on that page for you. All right, sister, I want to share with you a very exciting program that I created just about a week and a half ago called 30 Days. And so it is a one-on-one coaching program that, you know, when I look on the coaching that I've done over the years, one-on-one coaching is like, this is my lane, sister. This is what I do best. This is what I do best either over the phone with one-on-one coaching, virtually. This is what I do best in live event retreat experiences. And to really help women who are at a crossroads to go, I'm stuck where I'm in my life right now. I don't know how to get out. I'm lost. I don't have the tools. I don't know who I am anymore. Like, help me get from where I am to the place of just chaos to where I want to be in my life. And that can be in a place of where you want to be as far as your business or with your health or in relationships. But really, this is about you. This is about learning how to become who you're meant to be. Remember who you are. To be able to shine your light again in the darkness that you are in. This is the transformation. This is the beauty. This is the power that happens in one-on-one coaching. Now, I've done lots of group coaching and had a program called the Sisterhood for about a year or two. And, you know, lots of online programs. You might have participated in all or some of them. And they're beautiful and great. And they're a beautiful entry point for a lot of you. And so I just went, how can I create one-on-one coaching that is going to be at a point where most women are going to be able to do this. They can do this. They're able to invest the money. They're able to invest the time. They're able to invest the energy. And it's for 30 days. And we really do powerful work in the 30 days with the option to continue. But we start with 30 days. It's a good starting point. But here's the deal. This is by application only. So if this is speaking to you, sister, if this is like, man, I've been hearing you talk about coaching for a while now, like, I'm finally going to take the step, Karen, like, here we go, right? If your heart is saying yes, and you can, by the way, be scared in the yes, but you're feeling something with it, here's what you need to do to apply. So just simply email me. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Email me. drkarenosburn@gmail.com. drkarenosburn@gmail.com, and simply say, I'd like to apply for 30 days. Okay, and I will connect with you from there. So email me, drkarenosburn@gmail.com, to apply for 30 days, and there are limited spots. Okay, right now there are 9 that are remaining, and they are going to be going very, very quickly. So I will talk to the next episode, sister. A life of more really is one step away from you blessing your pain every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosburn.com/newsletter.